Alright, so this is part two to how to create your own workout tee. We got our heat press here. Now, what I'm gonna do for y'all is I'm gonna go get my iron. I'm gonna see if we can use an iron because you might not even need a heat press. You might be able to pull this off with just a iron if your iron gets hot enough. So I got a couple of extra like designs on a DTF that I could use, and I'll look for an extra shirt. And just for y'all, we're gonna test that out and see if that works. Because if that works, you don't even gotta worry about having a heat press. I actually had bought this when I was into the whole process of learning how to use these things, but I didn't even go purchase when I had went and did the Amazon installment payment situation. So you could uh, use that option as well. If you want one, but you don't really got the bread like that. So, but long story short, I'm gonna go get that iron. We're gonna try both ways. We're gonna definitely do it with the heat press. I got two shirts I ordered for Amazon. They was Amazon Essentials cotton joints. They were 13 something, like $14 basically for two tees. Solid joints. We got one navy and we got one black. So we got the two designs that we did in the video. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. It's basically a step-by-step breakdown on how to come up with the design, how to create the design. I gave you an app that you could use. That's what I use. I don't really know how to explain it no other way with no other app, but I could show you like I did with that one. So that's how I do my stuff. So you can go check that video out. It's a step by step. It tell you how to create a design, how to send it off to a company called Ninja Transfers. They make up the design for you on this. It's like a certain paper, like a print paper, and then you use it on this, press it on whatever you want. Shirt, sweatshirt, pants, whatever. So we're gonna do that right now. So first step, I'm gonna heat this thing up. So we usually got it set to like 325, similar to an oven. So we're gonna hit this right here. That's gonna start the preheat, and we just gonna come back in a minute when this thing is ready. We're gonna give these shirts a quick press. Whenever you do this procedure, you hit the shirts with a quick, like a 5 second press to get any moisture, any wrinkles out before you do your initial press of your design. So we're gonna do that in a second. Stay tuned. All right, so I got a little T-shirt, probably something I caught from Christmas from either my mom's or my mother-in-law. A little Levi's T-shirt. This is some rinky-dink shit I ain't ever gonna wear. Hopefully they're not watching this. But yeah, I'm gonna press with the iron on this with one of the extra designs I got to see if y'all could try this at home with just an iron. That way you could do a design, ship it, have it shipped to your crib, and then you could just press it with an iron and get the same effect, as if you was to have this heat press. So we're gonna do that in a second. But first things first, let's open up this package so I can show y'all exactly what it is, how it came, what it looks like, you know what I'm saying, when you're gonna order yours. So this is how it comes. Ninja Transfers is the name of the company. That's how it looks. A little triangular box. Now they usually have the print rolled up like a scroll inside the box. They give you like this little squeegee cushion thing. Make sure you get you a pair of scissors if you're gonna do this. I'm gonna go over the must-haves, but this is one of them for this process. We might prove that this isn't a must-have, but in order in any normal situation, this is a must-have as well because I don't know if the iron trick is gonna work. I've seen videos where people have done it, but I've never tried it, so I can't confirm that it works. But this definitely works. So we're gonna see if this is a must-have or not. Teflon paper is a must-have because you're gonna put this on top of the design, and that's gonna go between the press and your design, so you don't ruin the design with the heat. So definitely need this Teflon paper. This is like an adult measuring neck guide. Definitely gonna need one of these. I mean, depending on what you do, if you make kids clothes or whatever, you might want to. I bought a kit from Amazon that came with adult, kids. Like I guess if you want to start a business and you want to make kids clothes, adult, whatever. So you're gonna need this. This is that's necessarily needed, but it's good to have this. It helps you align everything and keep everything. The only problem is sometimes when you buy these shirts, like the Amazon shirts or stuff from certain countries, the stitching ain't all the way right, so it might not even match up and measure up, anyway. But long story short, might need that measuring tape, little fabric joint. Gonna need that. That's good for measuring too for your design. Get your design more accurate on where you want it. Teflon tape. Definitely gonna want Teflon tape. Teflon tape is you now this is something that you don't need necessarily need it, but you risk messing something up if you don't have this. Because you could tape the design down using this, and it'll keep the design still. And when you press it, this doesn't affect the clothing that you're pressing on. There's no adhesive that gets left behind. It's not going to do anything. It's not going to get stuck there. It's specifically for that purpose of keeping your design in place while you're pressing. So this is clutch. All right, we close. It's at 311 right now. So this is what the design look like. See, it's ready. So once it does that, we hit this button right here at the bottom. That stops it from beeping. And then now it's set at 325. It's ready for us to go. And we got the timer is already preset for 30 seconds. So anytime we press, we're pressing for 30 seconds. So all we gotta do is hit the button and just wait for it to beep and let us know it's finished. So this is the two designs that we made. They're not perfect, but present. And then we got don't count time, make time count. So we did both of these on that app on Pixar that I showed y'all in that first video. And this is what a gang sheet would look like if you ordered a gang sheet. Now the gang sheets come like 22 inches in width by 2 feet, and then you get the next size up. I think it's like 22 inches by 5 feet, and then it keeps going up. I think the biggest one you can get is like 22 by 20 feet or something like that. But you got to think about it like this: if you like the 22 by 24 inches, that's 22 by 2 feet. If you get that, that's $20. Now you're gonna get it's gonna be bigger than this. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna be so depending on how many designs you put on that you could fit on that, you could press on shirts if you plan on selling the shirts, and you can definitely make your bread back. So that's something to think about with the gang sheets. So this is what we're about to do. When the gang sheet comes, it's gonna be similar to this. You're gonna have all the designs on this one big piece of film like this, and you just cut them out to size. You know what I'm saying? To whatever you want on your shirt. So you're gonna see. Stay tuned. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna press this shirt, this pre-press, and get that moisture out and those wrinkles. I mean, this shirt's pretty fresh. It ain't really too many wrinkles in it, but it don't matter. We just gonna hit it up real quick. You don't need no Teflon paper, nothing. You can just straight press. Like I said, just a couple seconds, nothing crazy. Now you see how that is? Fresh. So this one, we're gonna do the don't count time, make time count. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our mandatory necessary scissors and we're gonna cut this, separate these two designs because we don't want the not perfect but present on. So see now this is gonna go on the black tee. You know what I'm saying? Once we finish this one. Alright, so this is how it's gonna go on the shirt. Now this is the part sometimes I usually edit out because it can get real tedious and it could take a while. You just be watching me go back and forth on trying to see if this thing is straight or not. So I can't promise you that you're gonna see all of this in the video, but for right now, obviously I'm recording it, but it might not make it to the final cut. But just bear with me while I try to make sure, because this is the scariest part is making sure that this is straight. If it's not straight, you're gonna have a messed up shirt. You're gonna ruin the design, so you're gonna lose money. You know what I'm saying? You just want to try to get it straight. You know, I've had a lot of times. I ain't no professional, so I'm still learning. I'm still practicing. So there's been times where I it came out crooked for me, and I'm just like, damn. And I really wanted it too. You know what I mean? Really wanted to rock it or whatever. You know what I mean? And it just didn't come out right. I could have swore it was good, and then once you press it, it's too late. So you gotta kind of like be happy with it. That's why I said it's good to have your tape measure so you could be a little bit accurate with the distances of each side. Three. Like I said, this be the scariest part. I could look at this thing a million times and be like, yo, it's straight. And then right before I press it, I'm like, yo, it look crooked. I ain't gonna front. I'm happy with it right now. Because the more you look at it, the more is when they start messing with you. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta really kind of commit. And I'm not gonna let it mess with me because I got y'all watching. So now I'm a little bit more nervous than usual because I usually don't have no audience. I'm usually just doing this dolo. But this is the tape, so the tape is gonna hold it down so that once we pick this thing up, the spot is still the spot. Because that's the last thing you want is for this thing to shift in movement. That has happened to me before. Cause then that'll really drive you crazy. Cause you won't never know if you get it back to the spot you had it in. So I like to use as much tape as I can. Make sure this thing is in place as good as I can. Cause I'd rather just buy more tape than not put enough and this thing move. Cause then I'm gonna spend an hour trying to get it back into the position I think it belongs in. I'm going for it, y'all. This is what it looked like. It's taped up there. I ain't gonna fool around with it too much. We just gonna go. See, this is what I'm talking about. It is what it is. We learn together, you know what I'm saying? So we press this down, lock it in, hit the timer button. It's gonna count down to 0. It's gonna beep twice. After the second beep, we're gonna lift it up. We're gonna let it cool. So these are cold peel. So you gotta let it cool down, basically get cold before you peel it. So while we doing that, while we letting that cool, we're gonna start setting up the next joint. This ain't really that much to it. It's just learning how to do the first step, which is the first video that I showed you. All right, that's the first beat. That's the second beat. So that's it. We just gotta let this cool for a minute, and then we'll peel it. So for now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna pre-press this black shirt for the next design. Now the pre-press, remember, is only a few seconds. Nothing crazy, just enough to take the moisture out if there's any moisture, and whatever little wrinkles. So your design has a nice, clean, flat surface to press on. All right. This is our not perfect but present design. We're gonna toss that up here. Get our neck guide real quick. I'm telling y'all, let's get right together, man. No gatekeeping over here. Anything I know, you know. We gotta stop that wanting to be the only one. That's the problem with a lot of us. We just want to be the only one. We want to be the only one in the room until you're the only one. And then when you're around them people, then you're like, damn, I wish I had company. I wish there was more people like me around. I'm not like that. Everybody can come. Get a little measurement real quick. 6. Oh man, that's almost dead on. That's almost dead on. Okay. Yeah, you can't say that you want people to start doing stuff and you want to encourage people to level up and start things and do things, and then the minute people do that, you knocking them and you hating on them. That's whack. That's like me trying to encourage people to come do construction, and then the minute they join construction, I'm hating on them that they in construction. But meanwhile, to all my peoples, I'm like, yeah, promoting construction. Like, yo, y'all should try it. Y'all should come join construction. And then once they get there, I'm hating on them. That's weirdo shit. The real relate and the fake will hate. Remember, that's always the case. Of course, the fake ain't gonna relate because they don't recognize real recognize. All right, so we happy with it. This is it. It's going down. We're not even gonna question it, even though it looks a little weird right here. It sure does. It looks good, y'all. I don't know why I do that to myself. All right, we're gonna let that rock. Now this should be ready to peel. Y'all ready? Bomb. Not bad, y'all. Real quick. So once this is done, you hit this with a final press. So we're gonna put this down, throw the Teflon on it, and give it a quick press for about 5-10 seconds. All right, so we're gonna let this one cool off. We're gonna plug our iron up and get that ready so we can test that trick out and see if we might be on to something, y'all. Might be on to something. Shit. I hope this worked, man. Cause y'all don't understand this right here. This is a jewel right here. If you could just come up with your designs, whether it's text print or whether it's actual picture like or something like this, you could just take it, send it to them. They could put it on this film. The film, you see, the film is like a transparent film. That's why it's imperative that when you're doing your design that you remove the background, because if you was to put a background, send them a background, whatever is on this film is gonna get printed onto the shirt. So that's why you don't want no background, so that it's just the print that you want and not something behind it. Because then that means all of that is gonna be ink. You know what I mean? That they're gonna have to transfer from this onto your shirt. So keep that in mind. So we're just gonna burn like one of these 25/7 little logo designs I got. You know what I mean? And this is what I was saying with the gang sheet. Like if you was to order a gang sheet, you could throw little designs, big designs, whatever you want to fit in that sheet, whether it's 22 by 24 inches or whether it's 22 by 5 feet. You know what I mean? All right, so we got the shirt. We're just gonna throw this down. We're gonna put the Teflon paper over it, and then we're gonna press it for like 5, 10 seconds. That's supposed to be like an accent press, like a final press, especially if it had like color to it. It's supposed to like bring out the color. But that's it. So this one's ready to go. Don't count time, make time count. That's what we're doing over here. We're making time count in all areas. So you see, this is mad wrinkle. So we're gonna definitely hit this with a press because it's been up in my closet, wrapped up probably since Christmas. I'm not even gonna go crazy with the placement and all of that. We're just gonna find a decent spot, wait for this iron to get as hot as possible, and we're gonna see if it works. You know what I mean? And that's gonna be the social proof to let y'all know, like, yo, you can send off for a design tomorrow. It takes a couple of days. You get the design in the mail. I think they use Amazon now, and then boom, you get iron your joint on and rock it to school, to work, to the gym, whatever, wherever you want to go. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's gonna go with the Yankee. You know what I'm saying? Something light. You know, nobody said it's Gucci or nothing, but it's ours. You know what I'm saying? We did it. We made it. It came from here. I'm a creative. You know what I mean? That's what I like to do. I like to create. That's why I like my job because I like to be able to make something out of nothing. I like to change things. You know what I mean? I don't like the same. I like to switch it up. I like to be able to change things. I guess that's the Pisces. I don't know. I OD. That was way more than 5, 10 seconds, but just needed it. All right, so you see, we got a nice, clean, plain Hanes, no Levi's T-shirt. This might work. All right, so y'all see this, right? This is a 25/7 logo. We got the shirt we pre-pressed, right? I don't know where this is gonna end up on me, cause this shirt is like real like rinky dink. But like I said, I ain't gonna worry too much. All right, there you go. There you go. All right, we're gonna test this out. So we still gotta put our Teflon paper down because we gotta protect our design. All right. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna act like I got something in here. I'm gonna use the timer from here to keep this down for 30 seconds. Let's see if that helps me. All right, we're gonna let that cool and see what happens. In the meantime, let's peel this and see how that looks. You see how we got work to do? Not perfect, but present. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna lay this down, throw the Teflon over it, give it that last little final press that we was talking about before. At all. Not perfect, but present. That's what we doing. That's how we moving. So that's still warm. Now, whether you seen the first video that I put out or not, I'm showing you in real time something that came from nothing. You know what I'm saying? You see me take it out the box and all that. And now we here. You know what I mean? So go check out that first video. See exactly how I started it, step by step, how it got to this point, how it got to this point. You know what I'm saying? Amazon, $14, two T's. You get your heat press. We about to test it out, see if you don't even need the heat press, if you could just rock out with the iron. If you could rock out with the iron, that's even better. You know what I'm saying? So what are we doing here? And this is just one of many. You know what I mean? Like I told y'all, we do juice videos. You know, I fell back a little bit because nobody was really rock with them like that. But that's something I do on a weekly basis. I might not film it, but I do it every week. That's my lifestyle. So I don't have to show it to live it. That's what I do. You know what I mean? Whether I'm sharing it or not, I'm just sharing what I'm sharing. But there's way more layers to this onion. So this thing is pretty much cool. If it's gonna do, it's gonna do. So let's check it out. Guess what, y'all? We in business. Yo, you don't even need a heat press. We just pressed a DTF using a household iron. You don't even need a heat press. So you could get a design whether you're using Canva, CapCut, whatever, PixArt. Get busy, make your design, send it to Ninja Transfers, let them send you the transfer, press it up. You got your own stuff. You're doing your own stuff. If you want, you start your own clothing brand line, business, whatever. You know what I'm saying? If you want to take pictures of Mickey Mouse and put them on shirts and sell them to at Disney World, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's up to you, but it's just another avenue. You know what I mean? So on the website, they had those different options for the transfers. Like they had like special ones like foil. So this is the foil. This is how it comes. So this is one of the shirts that I'll be rocking. Says Skillmatic on it. That's something that I came up with. I just used the font and just typed Skillmatic, and that was my design. So I put it on the foil paper because what I did was I was rocking them at work. I was putting it on a high vis shirt. You know what I'm saying? On a high vis green or yellow, whatever shirt. So it would be like, that reflected silver on the yellow. So that's what I was doing with this. So this is like a special paper that they have that you can get your designs on if you want the foil look, letter look. Or they have this one. This is another design I did. It's called Entrepreneurship. And this is a glow in the dark. So I had ordered a gang sheet that was all glow in the dark. So every design on that sheet was glow in the dark. But this was just one of them that was left that was glow in the dark. So that's just an example of some of the stuff that they have, different options. And then I have like more 25/7 logos in different sizes. This is an actual logo. I got that in different sizes. You see how it's cut? That was off of a gang sheet. This is all off a gang sheet. 20, usually 22 by 24. You know what I mean? You can fit a good amount of designs on a 22-inch by 24-inch gang sheet. But if you really want to go crazy and you got like a plan, you might have an order or something that you might need a good amount of shirts, hoodies or something done, then you might want to order like a 22 by 5 feet, and you could load it up with designs, all different designs, whatever you want, or all of the same designs. It don't it's up to you. So that's what it is. Real quick, I just want to give y'all that. Um, This is part two to how to create your own workout tee. You see what we did. Now you're gonna see it in the video in real time. You're gonna see me working out in it. Same thing with that. This is strictly for working out. I mean, if you want to do this and go out or whatever, that's on you. But listen, just giving y'all a blueprint. All right, I learned and I'm sharing that. That's what you do. You pay it forward. So it's your boy Little's 25/7 TV. Y'all stay tuned, man. See you on the next one.